Hi, I'm Tom.
And I'm Molly.
Welcome to Friends of Gameology, hosted by MoonlightCrew.com.
Reviews for science.
In 7 minutes or less.
New Dawn is the game we're going to talk about today. It is a 4X game in space. So you're exploring, you're flipping over cards. Every turn you flip over a new card and you explore new territory. You move on to those cards, you use those resources, and you fight other people at the same time. And that's pretty much this game. We can't go into detail because it's way too complicated to go into detail. That's pretty much it. I'm trying to get the most points. Whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins, and you get those in a variety of ways. Yeah, so let's jump in. Simplicity versus complexity. Kind of already touched on it.
This game is very complex. You will be able to understand it within a couple of rounds, but there's a lot of moving pieces, a lot going on, in a woefully deficient rule book. So, there's just stuff that is not explained in here. And so you go to BoardGameGeek.com, look it up on the forums, and I've questioned a time or two in there to figure out what's going on, or I've read through to make sure I found the right questions. So there's a lot here, very meaty. But you start to get in a rhythm. The player aid is, it's only got a couple of things to show you the round, but it's very well done.
Yep.
It explains what you need to do and the actions that are available for you to take. But man, I tell you, there are a lot of things going on in this game. There's ambassadors you can choose as actions. You can try to seize control of something or establish a base or just get resources. And those are just actions. That's not even talking about moving, drawing facility cards, exploring, buying technology, all the mandatory stuff you have to do besides the stuff that's optional. So a lot going on in this meaty game.
I would agree with all of what Tom said. In addition, their timing of things is crazy. When you play a base is when you get the action, but when you establish a base or seize control, you don't get the action. You get the actions on the side of the board, because you can turn this to get the actions on that side. There are different cards on the side that give you special things to use for later. Yeah, there's a different variable. So not only is the board changing, the sides, there's so much going on. There's die rolling, and then not even just D6s, right? And not even D8s, not even the normal. They are out of control. Like the red, or this yellow has 2 6s and no 1. This one has a 0, 1, 2, and 3, and that's it. And then a white is in between those two. And so it's just crazy. There's so many dice. There's just so much going on. But it is very understandable. There's lots of pieces, but like Tom said, you play a round or two. There are only 5 rounds. We're talking about playing about half of one game, but you'll understand what to do plenty. You just have to be able to, you have to be okay with not necessarily knowing how to win when you play, but just trying to understand how to play, and then your next game you'll definitely be competitive.
This is definitely one I would say wait to try to win. Obviously play to win, but don't get upset if you don't in that first game. First game's a learning game.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is with this game.
Yeah. Luck versus strategy.
This game has a lot of strategic depth. Where you move, how you attack, which ambassadors you use, what order you use them. Sometimes I'll use an ambassador first and sacrifice getting a base I wanted because it's so important to use an ambassador. Or vice versa, I need that base, I really want that ambassador, I better get that base. And then, lo and behold, somebody else takes the ambassador and I can't use it. Getting these bases out on the board clears off, it uncovers these tokens, and that helps you produce those tokens at the beginning of every round. So it's very important that you do that.
Those resources.
But there's a lot of luck as well. When you draw cards, you're drawing randomly, and sometimes I just get better cards than you, and that's not because I'm a better player or even the best player at the table. My card's just better. Yeah. When I put it down, you kind of groan. You're like, man, I wish I had that card.
Right, something like that. Can I have that?
Exactly. So I've gotten some incredibly lucky draws, and just people rolling their eyes, like, how on earth are you getting that? I'm stuck with this. The die rolling is also a thing. I've seen some people roll snake eyes and you're just groaning. But it would be chess without that. And so I think the luck is very balanced to the strategy.
I would agree with that. Along with what Tom said, there are variable player powers, and some seem way stronger than others. And so that it tries to mitigate the luck you get in the card draw with your power. So if you go towards your power, there are 4 different types of bases, and so if you are all about seizing control, maybe you're going to go for the bases that only seize control, and so things like that. And so the luck is they try to mitigate it, which makes it a fairly balanced game. And you've got these card draws, but you also have opportunities to mitigate that and to make strategic decisions of what you're going to do and when the order you're going to do it. Fun versus boring. I've had fun in this game. It tends to be a little bit longer of a game, so you need to know that going in that it might take a little longer than what you think. I don't know what the box says, but our games have run an hour and a half, 2 hours around there, and we could cut it down after more plays with people that have played multiple
We've
times.
introduced it each time.
Yeah. So, but that it said, it can be probably whittled down. But it's fun. If you don't have people that have tons of AP, I've got problem with people who have lots of AP. Because I'm just sitting there watching them. But that doesn't necessarily tap in too much in this game. As long as you keep on your toes, know what you can do, then I think it's pretty fun.
I think this game is fun. It's difficult to pursue just one strategy.
Yeah.
I actually pursued buying points, which is a very inefficient way of getting points.
Right.
And I tied for first and lost on the tiebreaker. It was killer to only pursue that one strategy because I lost board control, and it's a big deal. But if you only go for the board control, you're like we had a guy attack a bunch of people, and he came in third or fourth just because that pursuing that one strategy doesn't cut it. So it's very difficult. You have to have a very well-rounded strategy, and I think that makes it fun with a caveat of: do you want to pursue a military strategy? This is not your game. If you want to pursue a rounded strategy of building and military and whatnot, then this is the game for you.
Keep a lot of stuff in your head and try to figure all that out. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
Virgin
BGG
Geek
rating. I would give it a 7.
I'd also give it a 7.
Huh. Well, there you go. Every time we hit multiples of 500 subscribers, we give away a free glitter painting of your favorite superhero icon, but only if you're a subscriber. So subscribe now.
Because it could be you that wins.
New Dawn. We've presented the evidence.
You be the judge.